No one is more unselfish with his comedy tonight than my guest. From his songs on Saturday Night Live to his antics in films like The Waterboy, Big Daddy, always in touch with his very spankable inner child. His new movie is Mr. Deeds, and it opens Friday, June 28th. Please welcome Adam Sandler, ladies and gentlemen. How you doing, man? My arm's broken.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, no. That's still
Big
there.
jerking off incident.
All right. Thank you. All right, nice to see you all. Thank you.
Look at all my little boys from SNL, all
That's right.
grown up. I see Spade courtside at the Laker game.
I saw, he always looks good.
You're now the new Samuel Goldwyn. You're a mogul now, Adam.
You started this, Dennis. You got me my.
Yeah, I started.
You did, because my mother. First of all, my mother says to say hello. She was so happy I was doing the show, and then she always
Hi,
tells
Mrs.
me.
Sandler.
Thank you.
Like she's watching Leno.
No, but she was like, my dentist got me on SNL. He told Lauren about me, and he told me, you saw me do stand-up?
Yes, I thought you had a very inside thing. Remember I told you I didn't quite understand your comedy because we come from a different place, but
That's right.
I was fascinated that you put everything in
Yeah.
this sort of weird little muted voice.
You liked that. Well, I don't know if you liked it, but you commented on it. But you did. You told those guys about me, and you hooked me up, and I will never forget that.
Now listen, Adam. Now are you? You control so many aspects of your career. It's funny how you've made your name in movies kind of playing bumbling characters or stumbling characters who have hearts of gold and seem a bit hesitant. But
Yes.
you're like the most in control guy of your career in this town. Does that indicate selfishness on your part, or you just don't trust assholes?
Well, I don't know. I feel like I lucked. You know, I wasn't always a guy who got to have control of my stuff. I did Billy Madison, and me and Hurley. Thank you. All right. Thank you. Me and Hurley, my buddy, my college roommate, we wrote that, and we got that made, and we just kind of it came down the line. We just got involved with shooting it and editing it and writing it, and then all of a sudden we figured out that's the best way to get our stuff across, and then we would tell the studios, could you let us try to do our own thing, and then they were cooperating, and now they trust us a little bit.
Were you savvy or /selfish enough at SNL? I know SNL was always a weird double-edged sword because guys, I was never in the character business there, but I know that that's how you get known on SNL. But the moment you reveal a character on that, I think Lauren owns at least half, right? For the rest of your life.
That's true.
Were you sitting on Billy Madison and Waterboy and all those guys when you're on there thinking, I'm not giving this fucking up half of this?
I mean, all my characters are basically the same guy anyways, you know. So, anything I did, you know, it's whatever. I either stutter a little bit more than a character or whatever it is. When I got there, I was so happy to be there. I had like a notebook. I remember I had a notebook full of like, this guy goes like this, whee, and this guy, you know, whatever. I just wanted to get on that show. I didn't think about it.
Yeah, but it's fascinating to me that you are. I know, you know, a lot of this is. You're like a deconstructionist. I think you know in the times that we live, kids are so pissed off at slick shit, and guys who are trying to jerk them off who they don't even relate to. You're kind of that noir character. It's almost like a latter-day Jerry Lewis to me, you know, like for your generation. And well, listen, I say Jerry Lewis. Adam's not taking that as any insult. I mean, he was the biggest film star in the world for years.
Sure.
It's sort of like they can identify with it immediately. They all sort of know that noir guy who doesn't try too hard. I think the big sin you can commit with kids today, right? Is sweating it. They don't want to see sweat acts anymore.
Well, that's a good point. I do like last night I'm shooting a movie right now. Last night I was on the set, and a little kid was there, and they always say, their parents always say, oh, my kid loves you. And then the kid comes over, and I'm like, hey, what's up, buddy? And then the kid's like, staring at me angry, you know, and I'm like, I thought this kid loved me, you know, but last night I was trying too hard to this kid, you know, I was just trying to be funny to the kid, and he just hated my guts, and then I calmed down and I was ignoring him, then I saw him going, Big Daddy. So I guess if you sweat too much to the kids, they don't like you.
No, they don't. We've got a phone call for you. We got line 3. Carla from Santa Ana, California.
Oh, my
Carla,
God.
what's it like out in Santa Ana? Oh, we're here. Go ahead.
Hi,
You mean
Carl.
as a black person in Santa Ana?
What's that, hon?
As a black person in Santa Ana? It's unreal.
Did you say you're the black person in Santa Ana?
Yep.
Why?
The black person in Santa Ana.
All right.
That's great.
Well, let's
Okay.
talk about that for a while, because race on TV is not a charged issue. What's your question, doll?
Don't you think that there are times when it's appropriate to be selfish?
When you're the only black person in Santa Ana. Yeah, I think you don't get ahead in this business. I know you work in the cute thing, and sometimes you act self-effacing. But I remember in the beginning in this business, you got to be a killer, right? There's like a million guys who tell you suck. So at some point, I got real selfish. If in no other way than my belief in myself, you can't let anybody get in your head.
That's true. That's true, Carla. You heard him.
On line one, we've got Dan from Aurora, Indiana. Dan,
Yeah, hi, Dennis.
is your last name Borealis?
No, that's
Okay,
Donna.
go ahead.
Do you think people are more selfish nowadays than years ago?
Dan, have you seen a UFO in your life?
No,
Okay. Just sounded like a guy who might have seen a UFO and had sort of an anal probe done on him. I'm always amazed they fly across eons and eons of space. I live here. I wouldn't look in people's asses. It's got to be disappointing, Nothing. All right, Quantar 4, get me a moist towelette. Let's get out of here. What was this question?
What did you say again?
do you think people are more selfish nowadays than years ago?
Oh, he said that compared to now and back in the day, are we more selfish now?
Yeah. Okay. What's Mr. Deeds about? Now, what do we got coming here? It seems to me in your movies now, every time I watch a trailer,
Yeah.
you're hitting some stiff in the balls with a thing.
I don't go for the balls.
No, but it's a great trailer thing because
Well,
you're
yeah.
like always the guy and you're always hitting them really hard in the balls, and then you go, "Whoa, sorry, I didn't mean to hit you in the
Dennis,
balls."
I pride myself because on the set,
Yes.
when we're shooting these things, I'll say to the stunt coordinator, I'll kick him in the knee, I'll kick him in the face, but the balls has been done, So I feel like I'm pretty original. You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
at least you took a stand,
Thanks,
man.
man.
Line 8, we've got Sam from Madison, Wisconsin. Sam,
Hey, Dennis. Hey, Adam.
big party ton. Sammy, are you stoned?
No, I'm not a college student.
Home of Farley, Madison.
Oh, is that where Farley's from?
Yeah.
I remember the first night I met Farley, and we were at some party in Roseland or something. Do you remember? And he came running down the steps and dove on the table and shattered it.
Oh, yeah.
I said, "Dana, who's that?" He said, "New fat guy on the show." Well, okay, he was trim. All right, have you seen that Patrick Swayze thing since?
Oh, yeah. I saw it I was at the ESPN
Remember
zone.
that is the greatest, one of the 5 greatest moments ever.
Yeah, that was awesome.
What was your question?
Yeah, I was wondering if you guys thought that, in your opinion, is it rich people or poor people that are more selfish?
Well, I guess...
Rich people. What are you gonna piss on poor people too for being selfish with things they don't have?
No, that's not always true. I mean, like, I'm very rich, and I turn the heat off my pool sometimes, just because I say I don't want to just blow money.
20 million a film.
I hate when they say that, man.
I don't.
It's
say.
25.
I'm talking about me.
What?
Adam Sandler, ladies and gentlemen.